episode. Man, I think it's episode 16. And this is Friend in Your Pocket Conversations with you, Hopenation. That's good that I'm losing track. That means we're putting in work, the necessary work needed, so we can have a body of work in this genre of podcasting. It's something that we're doing across generations, and this is just something that we do anyway. But we're bringing y'all to our little pretty table. It's not red, but it's beautiful. And so it's so many things to talk about, but just to talk about that, I just want to thank you all for tuning in. People are sharing it. Numbers aren't reflecting because I'm one of those people that get blocked. So you hear people talking about they getting blocked or whatever. It's a real thing. They put you in the algorithm hole, black hole, and people have to find you. So this can only work through word of mouth. No one's going to promote it because I don't know why. We're talking about good, positive stuff, talking about entertainment. But one of the things I like to do a lot is offer up information. And giving up information oftentimes can get you in a lot of trouble, whether it's talking about veganism, politics, conspiracy theories, whatever. We do it all here because these are real conversations that we have at home. So my problems didn't start here. They started obviously on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But still we share because people are seeing it. So don't get deterred by the numbers. People are watching. So with that being said, today is day 22. That's why I was like, is this 22? Today's day 22 of my fasting for NIPSEY hustle. And it's going great. Just, you know, fruits and veggies and no starches. No carbohydrates, yes, because I'm eating fruits and stuff, but no simple carbs like breads, none of that. So everything is 100% natural. So it's going good. I feel good. My brother asked me today, not this brother, but my other brother, he asked me, what am I feeling something like spiritual happening? So for me, I'm always want to be in a spiritual mindset, but what I do notice is that I've been less anxious about stuff, like, because I have a tendency to be up praying 3, 4 o'clock in the morning for people and praying that everything goes well and hoping everybody's okay. So I can do that a lot, and sometimes I lose sleep over it. So I'm getting a better night's sleep. I'm going to sleep, and I'm also rising really easily, and I'm not tired. I don't really get tired, but I'm not like, oh God, I'm tired. I'm not. I feel very energetic. So if that's the one thing that I can notice. And I lost some lbs. I have. But, you know, the scale is just like up and down, up and down. So I don't really care about it. But I have lost some lbs. So kudos to me. Shout out to me. Yeah. Yeah, hello. Moose is joining back on, what, next week you said?
What?
You said you're joining back the fast? No.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what?
Yeah, but I've still been like fasting, but in parts. Like I haven't really been
intermittent fasting. Is what he's doing.
I've been trying to stay away from juice. If I am drinking, well, I just had some lemonade, but I drink a lot of green juices, stuff like that.
You could have brought me one home today. I should have needed one.
The spot that I had it from was kind of whack.
Wow.
It wasn't like a real. It was, you know that.
Cheap.
Yeah, it was like, see, it was more sweet than anything.
Oh, it was sugar?
Nah, it wasn't. I don't know what it was.
They might have used more apples.
I think that's what it was, because it was sweet.
Yeah.
Or agave.
Apples are very sweet. Why would they put agave in green?
I don't know.
You would do it. She wants to put sugar in everything. Detox tea. Can I put sugar in? No, it's not supposed to taste good. It's supposed to be bland and taste nasty. Anyway, okay, well.
But I am down.
He's down.
We weighed my.
Talking. I'm opening up the window, guys, because I'm hot.
I weighed myself this morning. I was 199. So.
Yeah, from 225.
Yeah, so.
It works. But see, women, he's a man, right? Men lose weight if they think about losing weight. They can lose weight because their metabolisms are higher than ours. Why? Because they have more muscles. Muscles require a lot of energy. And mixed with the testosterone and muscles, they lose weight faster than us, but they don't look better than us. We have better shapes.
I would hope you do.
We look good. Speaking of shapes, I'm just going to bounce all around. So, yes, today, wait. Day 22 to fast. Day 8, no deodorant. Just coconut oil and salt crystal spray. And it's going good. I need to put it to the test though. I need to leave the house one of these really hot days and see what happens.
Have a thing of deodorant on you, though.
What? No, I have to have faith. I'm having faith that these things are getting into my body, and when I sweat, it's not going to be like all stinky. Because do you know that the stench that you smell from BO is bacteria? That's what makes you stink. It's not the sweat itself. It's the bacteria that forms in these dark little wet crevices that we have, whether it's your underarms, your pubic area, your butthole, those things. Well, it's true. Behind your ears, all those places. Belly button. Those regions are dark and moist sometimes, and they are a breeding ground for bacteria, and that's where odor comes from. So it's not your fault. You know, so we know coconut oil kills bacteria. So there you have it. So that's why it helps. My shit, I think I'm about to fall off. Anyway, speaking of body positive, I just want to shout out Lizzo, who I've been putting on my gram for a very long time. I love her music. One of her most famous popular songs. She has one right now that everybody's like feeling, but Feeling Good as Hell. Who knows that song? I'm feeling good as hell.
I do.
Sing it. Something.
I don't know all the words.
Yeah, I'm feeling good as hell. But anyway, they often play like on Love and Hip Hop, those kind of things when it's going off for the season finale.
Right.
That in women's empowerment stuff. And lately you've seen her, there's a clip floating around with her blowing a flute and twerking on stage. She's very high energy. She's a big girl. She raps for my big women, and she's doing it well. She's also on the cover of Rolling Stone, Dense Wrinkles, you know, rolls and all, in all her glory. Hey. That's why I can't focus, because y'all
She asked me a
in my ear. However, causing interference in my brain. Anyway, I love that she's doing that. And, you know, hey, you got to embrace yourself however you are. Her personality is large as hell. And guess what? She is a Taurus. That's right. Love my Taurus sisters. Some of y'all, because some of y'all be getting on my nerves. Anyway, when we embrace our creative side as Tauruses, because we're very creative, we are our best selves. When we try to fit in, and, you know, because a lot of people think we're weird and we're freaky weirdos and stuff like that because we like things off the beaten path. When we try to fit into their small little worlds, that's when we go wrong. But when we're ourselves, our authentic selves, Tauruses do amazing things. Very creative people. So, and I came up with this quote the other day. I was, what was I doing? I was cutting a pineapple. And, you know, I get them green, but I let them turn yellow because they have to ripen. And when they turn yellow, all the acid comes out of them. If you ever have, like, I usually can't eat pineapples because they make my mouth break out. But if you let them sit and the skin turns yellow, the sweetness comes out of them, right? And then you can eat them without having, like, those little bumps in your mouth or whatever from the acid.
That's why I haven't been feeling that.
Yeah.
I thought I was bugging. I'm like, but I never really paid. I was like, I didn't get that feeling. Now that you say it, I don't get that feeling because pineapples, when you normally eat them, your mouth just feel weird. But now I just eat them and they,
So I wait till they turn yellow. And they're more alkaline that way. You don't get the acid and you don't get because it has bromium in it, right? So they're supposed to be really good for acid reflux. But if you eat something and it's acidic in nature, then obviously it can cause acid reflux. But when you eat them when they're yellow and the sugar is like where it needs to be and there's no acid, they're alkaline. So eat yellow pineapples. What?
The nerd.
I just trying to figure out how you keep all this information in your little head. Like a walking encyclopedia, like just know everything.
I just need to know more. So anyway, the quote that I came up with is a fruit can only ripen in its own skin. And if you cut a pineapple or if you cut a fruit before it's ripe, it'll never get ripe. But if you just let it sit in its natural environment, it will ripen. And that's how we are. We have to sit in our own environments, in our own skin, and become who we're supposed to come. Who we're supposed to become. There's a Freudian slip. Talk about nerd. Oh, shit. Anyway, I don't know. Become. And if we do that, and if we let children do that, if we let adults do that, let them become their natural self. Stew in your own juices. Not to be mad. but so you can evolve and be who you're supposed to be. Okay, so it's a little deep. So anyway, we're moving right along. What on earth are y'all talking about?
No, I'm supposed to check it.
Yeah, go check, because you know, they be cutting us off. You're right. I was, there was some stuff going on in Britain, or was it Germany? One of those places, where they were upset because they were using all of the phone devices and the TV devices to record, you know, people's conversations when they're off. I talk about this all the time, but it was just randomly, I was reading something, and that is a real big thing. So the companies are getting sued, and I can't remember which company is getting sued over it, but for becoming basically listening devices for the government. So why did I say that? Oh, because they be turning my phone off when I'm taping. That's why I said that. Anyway. What are you doing over there? Let's come back.
Bless you.
No.
Bless you.
What? It
Good.
looks good? Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a
legs
slow tactic. A lot of legs?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll lift it up.
Legs.
Legs. My legs?
Everybody legs.
All right, well, I'll fix it when I edit it. So anyway, I wanted to review a couple of shows because it's a lot of black cinema. I told you this before, but it's a lot of black stuff on television, and I'm loving it. So my first review goes out to Mara Brockett-Keel, who did the Be and Mary Jane series finale last night. It was like highly talked about, but it kind of came on and no one remembered. If my mom didn't tell me, I would have forgot. But it came on, and it was 2 hours, and it basically summed up everything. It was pretty predictable, but it was good to see a show actually be wrapped up in a bow and finished without any kind of guessing, because a lot of shows like to leave us like guessing, like what happened, whatever. There was no guessing. It just, you know, I don't know if you saw it already, but she winds up with Justin. Her friend, the Spanish woman, she gets breast cancer, but she gets rid of it. Her parents get back together. Her niece, they build the niece's salon inside the house, Niecy. The other brother who was on drugs, he's not on drugs anymore. And the brother who was like becoming a successful real estate agent or whatever he's doing, he actually just came back from Dubai, and he brought the family's house because the father was going to sell the house, and he brought the house, and now they all get to live in the house, and Mary Jane and Justin get to stay in New York and blah, 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 and have this baby that she had. She's pregnant. She had the baby all in those 2 hours, and one big family. And poor Morris Chestnut. She sent him home packing. So, you know, whatever. So that was pretty cool. He can't win. And that's my friend. That's my friend on Instagram. He follows me, guys. I love Morris Chestnut. He keeps it real. So, games people play. Around the way with May. Laura London's series debut came on yesterday. What's his what's his name? Sharonis Jackson, our guy from Insecure. He is her lead in it. And how do we feel about it? First of all, let me just say this. I'm happy that she has this show. Unfortunately, it's like at the heels of her tragedy, and I'm wondering how she's gonna like get through that and work through that, you know, because she plays a wife on the show of a cheating basketball playing husband, and you know, I'm not saying that anything is true, but it's a very real role for her. She's a mom in the show. It's like a lot going on. It's a grown-up Nunu, but she's still Nunu because she be punching people. She's a fighter on the show. She's been fighting the whole episode. She was fighting. So it's true to her. Yeah, it's true to her personality, and it's good to see her evolution. Again, you know, just praying, sending love and positivity her way. And how did you feel about the show?
I liked it. I feel like she played the role really well. Very believable. The other people, well, our guy from Insecure, he does pretty good too.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of see him being a little fruity. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like kind of like in this role, not so much.
Okay.
But in Insecure, a lot.
A lot, yeah.
So,
real metrosexual.
But I mean, he did good too.
Yeah.
she calls him king, and it's like a lot of real stuff. But,
yeah. And he calls her queen.
Queen,
yeah.
queen, yeah. So
it's gonna be tough.
I'll be watching.
Yeah. So we'll be watching. That's every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It came on yesterday at 10 because of the Mary Jane season series finale, but it'll be coming on every Tuesday. So we watch. We need to support her endeavors. And I know a lot of times so many things on television, things get lost. DVR it. Make sure you support it. Keep the numbers up because we want to keep her occupied. Okay.
Some of it looks like Nipsey too.
Yeah, the height, the beard, you know, the kind of not knowing what country they're from, ambiguous kind of thing got going on. It's a lot of stuff close. And they're in LA, you know, so it's a lot. They're calling him the king of LA, which is crazy, right? Yeah. King of California, one of the two. So, good show. It was only the first episode, so we're going to keep watching. The Shy, we're also watching The Shy. How we all loving The Shy.
It's spending on good.
Yeah. Everything's kind of getting tired and weaved in.
What happened to the old lady?
She's in the hospital.
Okay.
She didn't die.
She didn't die.
Yeah. They beat her up, but she lived because she's a tough cookie. It kind of reminds me, kind of makes me scared because you got these people, when you own a home, you're going to get phone calls and visits. People just come to your house, right? And it happens all the time. And it makes you very leery because if you watch The Shy, what we're talking about is the grandmother has this house and it's in one of those areas that's being gentrified and they want to buy her house and she doesn't want to sell. And so they do that so they can get her to sell the house. They stage a home invasion to get her, to persuade her to sell. And I guess we'll see how that all pans out. However, we get the same crazy phone calls and people will be telling you when you're going to sell your house. Like, I don't want to sell my house. I like my house. One guy said, well, maybe, do you think it's time to downsize? He calls my phone, don't know how he got my number, and asks me, it's time for me to downsize and I should sell my house. Pretty aggressive they get. And then they call from like, not even 1-800 numbers, from regular, like at home, working for some made-up company and they want to buy a home. So just be careful, and be careful who you open your door for. I digress because we heard earlier the news that yesterday BUNB and his wife Queenie were, there was a home invasion. Someone came to their house. She thought it was a delivery person. And when, like I said, when you live in the suburbs, all kind of people come to your house. They try to sell you a new roof. They're contractors, this Verizon, all these different people come. So you kind of get used to strangers coming to your home and asking you questions. And if you live in a house full of people and it's daytime, you don't really feel kind of ways about it. But it was a little, I think it was evening. She opens the door thinking it's a delivery person. And this person had been going around the neighborhood trying to gain access into people's homes. And unfortunately, she answered the door. But fortunately, BUNB was upstairs and he had a gun. This guy didn't know whose door he knocked on. And so he had a gun to his wife's head. Ooh. And he was demanding valuables or whatever. And all she could think of is like, just take my car. So the guy, I guess, was going to take the Audi that was in their driveway, in the garage. And BUNB comes down like a hero and shoots him in the shoulder. He didn't kill him. Cops take notice. He didn't kill him. But he did injure him enough so that he could save his wife, his home, his valuables, and put this guy behind bars. Okay? So just be careful who you open your door for. And a lot of these shows, we watch them and we take them with a grain of salt, but there's a lot of truth into these things because these things actually happen. So just be careful. Gentrification is real, and some people will stop at nothing until a neighborhood is gentrified. So just be careful, okay? So I digress. So we're like in the shop.
Yeah. I was telling them about all the children actors, they act so well.
They do.
All of them do such a great job.
Who's our favorite? On 3. Papa. See, we didn't even rehearse it. Everyone loves Papa.
He's the friend you're supposed to have.
Yes, he's the moral compass.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants you to
go to church.
Yeah, he wants you to get prayed over.
Like,
get some
holy
holy
in the church, you can pray over you.
We love Papa because he is churchy, but he's still with it. And you know, he keeps his friends grounded. So we love Papa. We love them all.
The girl is growing on me too.
Yeah, the bully.
Yeah.
She's like the gooch.
Yeah. She's really got a sweetheart, but she's just trying to find her way, I guess.
She has a tough, she's the mother.
Yeah.
She's taking care of her siblings. We don't quite really know what's going on with her mother, whether she's a crackhead or she's really at work.
Yeah, work.
We don't know what's going on with that, but I'm sure we're going to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're loving the shy. Keep up the good work, Wing. The writers over there feeling that. We wanted to also review... I'm still watching Empire. Not many people are, but I'm still watching, and they are going to have a season 6, so, you know, I like Empire. Just sometimes the Glee stuff irritates me, the singing stuff kind of irritates me, because there's songs you're never going to hear on the radio, which I don't understand, because they have, like, Dallas, or Johanta Austin, which is Dallas Austin's little brother. He is the musical director over there. It has several really good musical directors over there. So I'm confused how this show's been on for 5 years and not one of these songs had made it to the radio. That kind of, but they're not songs I want to hear on the radio. So I would like for Empire to roll out some really dope songs that we could hear on the radio. That would really make me happy. But I'm still watching Taraji and Terrence.
Is your son out for season 6?
They're begging for him. I read that Taraji and Terrence Howard are pleading with Disney to let him come back for season 6. We'll see. Stay tuned. Something great on Netflix.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah?
That was good.
Yeah. Cute little movie. DeWanda Wise from She's Gotta Have It is the black girl, the token black girl. It's a white girl, a Spanish girl. I'm from New York, so we call them Spanish. A Puerto Rican. Her shirt said Latino as F, so we know what that means. So she's Latina. We don't know whether she's Mexican or whatever. She's Latina. And then DeWanda Wise is the black girl. And so, what's his name? Lakeithia from Get Out fame and all in Atlanta. He plays the love interest. And it's a really good movie. It's a lot of flashing back. It's one of those kind of movies, a reflective movie. But it's cute, about 3 girls living in New York, making their way. One is about to leave and go to California. And it's just about life 9 years after college. So, pretty good. There's in Washington Square Park, iconic landmark. Brooklyn, of course. Everyone lives in Brooklyn. We were talking about DeWanda Wise. I can't remember her name on the show. But her role is pretty predictable. She's the black girl who's a lesbian who smokes weed and lives in Brooklyn. She plays that role, seems like all the time. But we still like her nonetheless because it's very authentic to her. So go and stream that. Watch that. And what else? Whatever reviews I have. Uh-oh. He's not here right now, but we're going to see Avengers. I have to get all excited about a 3-hour movie because my son is a Avengers buff. We took him to see it in the Chinese theater in Hollywood, and he was so excited. He said it was the biggest screen he's ever seen. And so that was the last one.
That was the biggest movie theater ever.
Period. It was a really nice movie theater. But what was that one? Avengers?
The one that we seen
before? Infinity Wars.
Infinity Wars.
So we saw Infinity Wars there, and that was dope.
Everybody fell asleep.
I was doing so many things.
Fell asleep. Tracy was outside with the baby.
Why you keep harping on that? Like, we were there for you, and we paid $22 a ticket.
And it was like the last show.
It was. We were the only people there.
And that one was like 3 hours too.
Yes, it was long.
Like
but we did it for most because we wanted to have that experience, and it was pretty cool. So we thought it was all sold out. Mama, me, not Mama Pocket, but me. I got a little beep beep on my phone. Alert said they had some extra tickets, and we hopped on it, and he got the tickets. So he's going to be able to see it this weekend, and he won't have to wait until May because he thought he was going to have to wait until May. So, but anyway, we're going to go check that out, and hopefully it'll keep me up. Maybe I need to take something to stay up because I really get sleepy.
I heard 2 people died.
With Captain America, right?
I don't know.
I heard that. Why you saying you don't know? You know.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just seen somebody say, I seen it.
Know.
I seen it. Just know two Avengers died.
Oh, that sucks. But somebody's got to die, right? I mean, they can just bring them back to life. No one's really dead like in comics. They're like, it's like Young and the Restless. Speaking of Young and the Restless, do you like how they're rolling into stuff? We can come back though, but I'm just rolling in people. So Christophe St. John, who passed away untimely about 2 months ago, is being honored on the Young and the Restless this week. Victoria Rowan is coming back, Shamar Moore is coming back, and there's some other people coming back. But that's Drusilla and Malcolm. Drusilla was Christophe's wife on the show, Young and the Restless, and she's coming back. He died yesterday on the show. Yesterday or today?
Yesterday.
He died. So what happened today?
Today everybody's finding out.
Oh, everybody's finding out today. And then tomorrow and then Friday, I guess they'll roll out because it only goes to the 26th. And which is awesome, though, that they're honoring him that way. They're not going to put some fake character in his spot. Right. He died peacefully in his sleep on the show, as he did in real life, is what we're told. He died, maybe he was drinking, fell asleep, and he died. So I'm happy that they're honoring him like that. And maybe these would be reoccurring roles again for Shamar Moore and Victoria Rowan. If you remember Victoria Rowan, she used to date 50 Cent for a little while. He has a thing for cougars. Anyway, he has a type. She's a ballet dancer, classically trained and all of that stuff. He likes classy black women, which is cool. But he didn't settle down with one. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so that's what's happening on Young and the Restless. So watch, DVR it. It'll be memorable. They'll probably go down memory lane a whole bunch of times. Don't you love when they do that on the soap operas? They go all the way back, and they can go all the way back to like 70 years ago. It's like really dope to see the evolution. How people can actually be on a show for 40 and 50 years. So if you wanted a job with longevity, go into the soaps. Yeah. Because you can be on a soap opera until you die. And you can die in your 100 and you'll still have a job. Ask Catherine Chancellor.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm showing my age. I know who she is. So yeah, so that's what's happening. And as you can see, I am a TV movie buff. I love pop culture. I love everything about it. I don't get so involved in everything, but I love it. But anyway, so we talked about Empire. Oh, another thing. What? You want to say something to me, Rashad? I see you looking at me.
No.
Another thing I wanted to talk about was, I don't know. Like, pew, ran out my head. Pew. That happens, okay? Oh, if you're following Nipsey Hussle's, like, death, because now we've become completely obsessed with conspiracy theories about his death. I don't care who is behind it. I do care, but at the end of the day, he's still not with us. That is the most important thing. So I wanted to tell you, don't focus on the conspiracy. Focus on the loss, okay? Focus on his life. Focus on how you can pick up the mantle and do your part wherever you're at in life. How can you be an activist, a community leader, an investor, all these different things, an artist? What can you do where you're at? Stop focusing on it. Mom has been watching some crazy stuff, and she's been like going to bed spooked out. Like, just stop it, okay? One of the things I want to say is like he was really connected. And if you watch, like, if you go back 3 episodes, we talked about being a bridge and being a connector. He connected with some of the most brilliant minds in the world. He did this by way of information and social media. Because things people post, people see. So we have Idris. What's his last name? I wrote it down. Idris Sendu. He is from Accra, Ghana. And he's a 21-year-old whiz kid that has coded for Instagram, Apple, all these big companies. And he's highly sought after. Now he's working with Kanye and Jaden Smith because he does this augmented reality experience for music festivals and music videos. Like, he's just not sticking to coding. He's like algorithms. He's going into like messing with your brain and stuff. Like, I like that. And he was a mentor. Nipsey Hussle was his mentor. And I just like that. Like this kid, you know, got guidance from Nipsey Hussle. And vice versa. He gave guidance to Nipsey Hussle because Nipsey Hussle was very into tech. You know, if you know anything about his store, you know, you can scan the labels and his music will play in your ears. Like, you know.
You know, the obituary does the same thing.
Oh, that's so dope.
If you have the Marathon app and you have the actual obituary, if you hold your phone over it, certain pictures will pick up and play the song or play messages that took place in when that shoot happened. Like if he was laughing or doing this or doing that. So every page, if you hold your phone, I'm like, what?
Well, we're going to get one.
Yeah, I did get us a paper, but I didn't get the, LA Times was sold out everywhere. I tried to get that one first, but I still got us one though. Cali come through. I think y'all give me an obituary though, I need too.
Damn, that's a tall order.
Well, y'all need one.
We can share it. Just send us one. But I got some people. I got some people that got some people that got some people. I actually know some people that actually have. I actually know these people. So maybe, who knows? Maybe I can get one. But that is so dope. You know who was into that? will.i.am. He did a whole comic book that way about 3-4 years ago. Everybody thinks will.i.am is like this crazy person. He's crazy because he's crazy smart. He's a freaking genius. And he came up with a black superhero before the Black Panther came back into play. And this comic book, if you do put your phone over it, it plays the music, it plays the words, it does everything for you. All you got to do is just open the book. So he's into all of that song. And the Black Eyed Peas got this hot song right now. Man, that song is hot. Download it. I don't know the name of it, but it's really good. I know all the words. I can't think of the name, but it's a good song. I digress again. That's how spring works. But yeah, so that's dope. And Idris Sandu, look him up. We have to support our kids like that because in your family, you have all these people that we've named. Anybody who's famous, you got one of those in your family. If you would only just cultivate what that person has, recognize people that are genius and don't deter them from being genius. Tell them, oh, you're weird, you're this, you're that. Embrace it. Have them embrace it. Because like I said earlier, when you do that, you get the best possible human when they embrace their differences, as in Nipsey Hussle did. He embraced his difference of being, you know, first generation African immigrant, you know, son of an African immigrant, like embracing that and knowing that he's different because he has a different skill set, he has different knowledge about different cultures, blah, 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 whatever. So one of the things he did talk about, I want to talk a little bit about him, talking about inverted vertically. That's one of his lines from his song. And that's a business term, which means when you invert vertically, that means you are in every part of the business. So what he did, he was a part of Marathon Clothing. That was his brand, right? And so he was involved in that. He was also involved on the production side of making his clothes. And so that means you get profit off of that because you have a partnership with the people that actually print your clothes and whatnot. Not just taking your stuff and making it get printed and you pay this person or whatever. So everything he did, he involved his own finances so that he got a piece of every pie that he baked. I mean, that's phenomenal, right? He didn't even go to Harvard Business School. He didn't even go to Brown. He didn't go to any of these places. You know, all of us can do this. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. I got that out the way. And has anybody seen the Diddy cover? Essence? No? They're really like low energy today, but I have all the energy for them. They didn't see it.
Usually a trend. Like Diddy stuff.
It's so much going on, I think, that stuff is just kind of getting lost in the rabbit hole. And I guess they figure he had his turn with Kim Porter. That's how they do it on social media. You have a moment, and that's it. But he has a cover Essence with the family. He talks about becoming a single dad. And he talks about Kim Porter's last words to him a couple of days before she passed, which were, take care of my babies. He said in the article that she was sick, she had pneumonia, and I guess she just wasn't feeling well. Like, you know, anybody gets sick and don't feel well, and no one thought she would die. They just thought she was just sick. And that's what she told him. And, you know, maybe she knew. You know, they say people do these things, you know, before they pass away. They leave people with special messages and whatnot. And so he said he did just that. You know, he said he cried, he did what he had to do, but he jumped right into mommy mode. And I saw them, and they were all at Coachella this weekend, and the girls are looking good, and they look well adjusted. And that's a good thing. He kept everything, you know, the same. They traveled a lot. Most of the same people that the mom had around, they're still around, which is good. You know, so they get to stay in their natural environment, which is awesome, with the people that they love. So shout out to Diddy for picking up that mantle and carrying out. No matter what the mission is, not giving up and doing what you got to do. You know, so that's his way of contributing to society. When you crank out good, healthy children, that's your contribution. That kid is going to go on and do great things because you put so much into them. So shout out to all the good parents out there. Even shout out to just the parents that had kids and didn't do nothing. Because hopefully someone is going to make sure this kid gets all the love that they need. And then there are those who don't, you know. So anyway, that's sad, but it is what it is. What's our time? You already know where I'm coming. 10, 6. Ooh, you got 2 minutes. See, I gave you all the time.
Okay, so the tip that I have today is to really create boundaries in the workplace. If you feel like you're being spoken to a certain way, targeted for whatever reason, new moms go through it a lot, or pregnant moms, should I say, go through it a lot where you're not invited to meetings, or people have certain things to say, or they're using a certain tone because you're about to be on maternity leave, so they got an attitude. All of these different things, but for anybody, if you're feeling like something is going wrong, my suggestion is nip it in the bud right away. Take it head on. Do not beat around the bush. Be firm. Be professional. Be respectful, but stand your ground. If for whatever reason you feel like you're not comfortable enough doing that, take it to HR. If it's a smaller company and there is no HR, you don't have a choice but to stand up for yourself. You have to create boundaries because some smaller companies, they don't actually have departments and things like that. So you have to deal with it. You have to take on, or it'll get worse. And then you'll be stressed out and you'll be dealing with all this inner turmoil for a job.
It's not worth it.
It's really not. Even if you're getting paid 6 figures, that sounds crazy, but when you break it down per hour, you don't get that hour back. So regardless of how much you get paid, you still need to make sure that you are okay and you're not at work going through any type of what could lead to abuse.
Right.
Like, that's out. So create boundaries from the jump if it has to happen. Include HR. If there's no HR, take it on. If you can't do any of those, or if it doesn't work, start looking. Like, immediately. Go through everybody in your phone. Go through everybody you ever emailed, who's ever emailed you, even if it's an ad, somebody selling something. If you can reply back to it, hey, this is my resume. I'm looking for a job. Let me know what y'all got. This is what I'm good at. Blah, blah, blah. Start putting yourself out there because you do not need to be we're at work more than we are anywhere else. So if you're at work more than you are anywhere else, I mean, you're dealing with that more than you're dealing with anything else in life. That could kill you. Stress is a silent killer. So make sure you create those boundaries because it's very important. No place that you spend that much time in should be driving you insane.
It is true. Because I've been abused at some jobs. Abused. Come home like a mess. You know, but then you have to, you know, I always get removed. Yahweh is amazing. He always removes me from them situations before I actually get hurt. So yeah, we over. So anyway, we did our job. We went over time. We always do, but it's good information. What else did I want to? Okay, so I've been getting a lot of like DMs about veganism because apparently everybody's so inspired by Beyonce. Like, I ain't been talking for a while. But anyway. Yeah.
It's going to be $59.95. I'm going to put a button in her thing. Start paying for them services. It's not free no more. Because she's been a vegan for how many years?
Yeah. And Beyonce comes out with one big movie and everyone's vegan. But I'm happy because it's time. It's time. Your health is not waiting for anybody. So, one thing I suggest, your vegan startup kit is you want to just start incorporating more and more vegetables. Get very familiar with spices, herbs, or herbs as she calls it. Say it.
Herb.
Herbs.
What is that?
Herbs.
Herb.
But some people call them herbs.
Yeah.
Because it is herb. But anyway.
Like G Herbo.
Like, yeah.
Herb. Herb.
He is a woman beater. Allegedly.
You don't like him, but I was just like thinking like the way you pronounce it, like Herbo.
Herb. No, we she lit up with G Herbo.
I don't like him.
Are we gonna get you?
No.
So that's what you want to start off doing. I can go cold turkey, which we did, and stay that way. But if you're gonna be someone like watching my family members go through withdrawals from meat and stuff, it's hard because they get angry and it's not a good environment. You know, when people are hungry and hangry, like it's a bad environment. And it could go on for a very long time. Like it doesn't just like some people it doesn't pass because food is a source of comfort for people. Food is a source of stress relief, as Tracy was talking about. Like you come home from a job and you want a big piece of chocolate cake, or you want a big old red meat steak or something you want, and that thing is going to help you, then what do you do when you can't turn to that if you're like being a vegan? So I just want to encourage you to ramp up your vegetable intake, ramp up your knowledge of herbs and spices, start playing with those in your vegetables and stuff like that, because that's how you're going to substitute it. And start juicing, invest in a good juicer. I have the NutriBullet RX and I have the Cuisinart juicer. Those are my two go-to items when I want to make smoothies, like my banana sea moss smoothie. I have a coconut milk made by Geffen. Is wonderful. It's been available for Passover. I don't know if it's available all the time, but it has a wonderful taste. It's thin. It doesn't have all the gums in it, none of that stuff. It is a thinner milk, and you just 2 bananas, that sweetened milk. It had the unsweetened and sweetened. I use a sweet one because it's very lightly sweetened. And you got some ripened bananas, and you use that whole bottle of milk, use 2 bananas and about, let's say, a half a cup of sea moss. Oh my God, it's love it's so pretty. It's white and creamy looking. It's very light. I put a little ice in there. Man, some am I lying?
No, it's really good.
The best banana smoothie you've ever, because it's not a smoothie. It's like a drink.
Yeah, it's like a thin. It's not heavy and banana sounds like
she's gonna make some popsicles.
Yeah, you could. You could. That is a good thing. So these are ways, little fun ways you can start incorporating healthy eating. Don't go cold turkey if you're gonna be shivering like that and looking crazy. Like, I don't want you to do that. I want you to ease into veganism because it is a lifestyle. It is not a moment. It is a lifetime. So with that being said,
does somebody with like health issues do the same?
What?
As far as their route to getting into it.
Should they stop? Well, if you have a health issue, I don't know any
like diabetes or something.
Well, you just need to stop eating meat and dairy. Like, just stop, because it ain't helping you. You know, it's not. If you got high cholesterol, if you got high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, if you stop eating and consuming animal and dairy products, you will. I was pre-diabetic. That is not on my blood work anymore. It's like it never ever happened. I was so shocked when my A1C was elevated because I had been big for a very long time and I've never had that issue. My blood pressure was creeping. I had some stuff going on. And I had like a little rash in the back of my neck. And it was a diabetic rash. Like, you see a lot of diabetics, they are like dark around the neck and the side of their face. And I was like, some things were creeping up on me. And I saw it and I said, I have to make a change because like, I don't want to be sticking myself. I don't want to be taking metformin like her. She was like metformin crazy at one point, which I remember. And she's like a metformin zombie. Like, we was always going to Walgreens, going to get Bandit. Yeah, like, I was like, hell no.
You have to do that.
Yeah, like that. I don't want to be that person. So it was easier for me to just stop it because chicken and fish were killing me because I didn't eat any other meat but chicken, fish, and turkey, and those things were killing me. They did not agree with my spirit. So what I like for you to do is, if that's your issue, then just cut it out. And because when you have dairy and meat together, no bueno. You just need to stop it. So, but ease into it because I don't want your body to go into no shock, because people do go into shock, especially when they stress out over food. Ease into it and, hit me up. I'm here for you. All right? $9.95. Or $3.99 if I like you. I love everybody. Anyway, Moose, are you going to say bye to Hope Nation? He's on a business call? I think he left us for a business call. You did? You and Nicole?
I'm still say bye. See you
Okay.
later.
Yeah, you have to stop the show.
See you later.
All right, Hope Nation. We love you. Thanks for tuning in. Mwah!